Welcome back, friends and neighbors, to the Castro Valley News live show. My name is Roberto. This is the live shoe. I just turned into Ed Sullivan. The live show that we do every Tuesday night from 7 to 8:30. That's what we're doing. Every episode starts with something we call the roll call. It is titled The Roll Call. And right out of the gates, we got Michael B. in the house. Good evening, Michael B. Hope you're doing well. Kimberly is with us. Hope you're doing well as also, Kimberly. We've got some folks sending stars already. We've got Ross sent 25. Thank you, Ross. This is Ross's. Where do I have Ross on the list? I know Ross is on the list. Ross, 33 weeks. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your support. Dennis is in the house. Dennis sent 400 stars. Thank you, Dennis. Dennis is the reigning king of stars. He has sent stars 69 weeks. Thank you, Dennis and Ross, for sending some stars in there. You guys are great. Jean is with us. Good evening, Jean. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday night. We've got some sunshine peeking out here, and it's looking good, and it's feeling warm again. We did actually, we got some rain overnight, didn't we? Kind of interesting. Michael B says he's doing great. Sorry he was not on last Tuesday due to baseball. You know what, Michael B? No worries. We know you're a busy man, and we're glad you're with us tonight. And I would be remiss to not let you guys know that tonight's episode, this is episode 210. And it's good to be here again for episode 210. Marlon's in the house. Good evening, Marlon. Marlon says it's only 257 days till Christmas. There's your perspective. Mom is in the house. Hey, Mom. I love you. Hope you're having a great evening. Mom says, hello, Castro Valley Live News Nation. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. Please buy an ad. Ross just tagged Don, Janella, Ari, Billy Ray, Christian, Paulette, Rick, Cole, and Nicolette. Ross, thank you so much for tagging so many people. If you feel comfortable with tagging your friends, please go for it and post a comment with tags to your friends if you would like to invite them to join the show. Michael B is asking if I shared your article on the CV News page. No, I did not, sir, but I read it. It was wonderful. I loved the content. Keep up the good work, Michael B. Appreciate your support. Hey now. Maggie's here. Good evening, Maggie. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Kathy is with us. Good evening, Kathy. Hope you're doing great. Jean says hello to Mom. Hi, Mom. I love you. Hope you're doing well. The weather is resplendent today. Start off a little foggy, little cool, but it's okay. Kathy, thank you for the 50 stars. This is Kathy's 53rd week sending stars. Kathy, appreciate your support. Maggie is tagging Christine and Marlon and Mai. Thank you, Maggie. You're awesome. Good to see you the other day. Maggie just tagged Annabelle and Bonnie. Again, if you're just joining the show, my name's Roberto. This is the live show that we do every Tuesday from 7 to 8:30. We're going to have a guest 7:30-ish. We are going to be talking about the status of the library building on Redwood Road. So you might want to stay tuned for that. There's going to be some historical background and some up to speed information. Kimberly, thank you for the 50 stars. This is actually Kim's first time in a while sending stars. So thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate that. I'm not sure if this is your first time altogether sending stars, Kimberly, but it's been a minute. So, Kimberly, thank you so much for sending stars tonight. If you're sitting at home listening and wondering, or watching and wondering what's all the talk about the stars, there's an icon you can click right here. It's a send stars button that you button. There's a interesting story why I pronounce button that way. had a friend who was learning. He was going to language class when he was a little kid, and one of the things that he was learning was how to pronounce button. And there's two T's in button, so he would enunciate the T's in the button so strong. I'm sorry, I completely digressed there, but since we're talking about stars, yes, there's an icon you can click right here, and I completely digressed utterly. Maggie says hello to mom. Michael B brings up a good question. Where is Bob and Don tonight? So I can text both Bob and Don, see what they're doing, and invite them to the show. Let me see. Just bear with me because I'm going to text here really fast, hopefully. And so you don't have to hear me typing, excuse me. I'm going to use the auto dictate. Hey, Bob, are you going to join us tonight? Hope you can join us. And I realize this is dead air, and I apologize. Katie is with us. Katie, you're just in time. I'm texting Bob and Don to see if they're going to join us tonight. Let me text Don. Hang on here. Hey, Don, quite a few people are asking if you're going to join us. Hope to see you soon. Okay, so I just texted Bob and Don. Hopefully they'll be joining us. Katie, glad you can join us. Katie, you're just in time for me to try to redeem myself from mispronouncing things and completely having the train of thought being derailed. Yes, if you're asking and wondering what is the deal with the stars, there's an icon, a button you can click next to the comments. It says send stars. The thing about the stars, it's actually kind of cool because Randall, good evening to you, sir. Randall, I'm giving a little brief explanation on the stars thing, and I'm not only going to do this one time tonight, but there is an icon you can click next to the comments. It says send stars. You purchase stars, they do cost a couple bucks, but the cool thing about that is whatever purchase price you make, you can send monetary love to the live content creators on Facebook that you wish to support in a monetary way. Giving you right here, right now, I almost did Ed Sullivan again, right here on our share. Sorry for the silliness. Meta, Facebook, does take a small portion of your purchase price when it comes to the stars, but the majority of your purchase goes to the live content creator of your choice. With that said, Marlon just sent 50 stars. Thank you, Marlon. Marlon hasn't sent stars ever, I think. Thank you, Marlon. I think we've got a couple of firsts here. Kimberly and Marlon, first time, long time listeners first. That's what everyone says on the radio. Marlon, thank you for the 50 stars. I appreciate your support. And I think this is Marlon's first time. Katie just sent 50. Thank you so much, Katie. I appreciate your support. This is Katie's. Where do I have Katie on the list? I know I have her on the list. Where's Katie on the list? Katie, 13 weeks sending stars. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate your support. So I will start from the start and do this the proper way. If you want to send stars, there's an icon you can click. You purchase stars. The money that you spend on stars goes directly to the live content creator of your choice on Facebook. Doesn't have to be Castro Valley News. Could be anyone. But it's a cool way to show some monetary love to the live content creator of your choice. And again, Meta, Facebook, whatever they are this week, they do take a small portion. Since we're talking about stars, Bob is in the house. Bob just sent 50 stars. Bob, thank you, sir, for joining us. Glad you can be here with us tonight for the show. This is Bob's. Where do I have Bob? I have Bob on the list. Bob, 36 weeks. Amazing. Bob says better late than never. Bob, I'm just glad that you're with us tonight, and I appreciate you joining us tonight. Let's get to the rest of the show because like I said, we do have a guest who's going to be calling in. That's going to be another Bob. It's going to be Bob Swanson. Bob Swanson is the man in the house, man about town. Bob Swanson used to work for Supervisor Nathan Miley, and he is in the know when it comes to the future and past of the Castro Valley Library building on Redwood Road. So Bob's going to call in. We're going to talk about what's happening with that building, what's where we are in the timeline with the disposition and future of that building on Redwood Road. The address for that is 20055. That's the former library building on Redwood Road. Before, let's move along. Has Dawn checked in? Not sure. I don't think I've seen Don check in. I did text him, so hopefully everything is okay with him, and hopefully he'll be checking in soon. Let's get to the rest of the show here, because there's other things that I want to bring to your attention and have us discuss before we have our phone-in guest. And I apologize if you guys are getting tired of this, but I'm going to bring this up one more time really, really quickly. This is the spring book sale, Friends of the Castro Valley Library. It's coming up May 5th, 6th, and 7th. Almost a little bit short of than a month away. But I have been mentioning this for over a month, so I wanted to bring this up one more time tonight. May 5th, 6th, and 7th is going to be the big spring book sale, Castro Valley Library on Norbridge. Maggie says, welcome to Annabelle. Annabelle, welcome to the show. Tiffany is with us. Good evening, Tiffany. And also, good evening to Liam. Hope you're having a wonderful evening as well. And there you go. We were just talking about stars. Tiffany just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany is the queen of stars. Tiffany has sent stars 70 weeks. And it's amazing. And yes, if I didn't mention it earlier, my name is Roberto. This is the Castro Valley News live show. Episode 210. This live show gives us an opportunity to talk about things that are important to us, things that are happening in the community, things that affect us day to day in our community here in Castro Valley. Let's see. Marlon says if they extend it to the 14th of May, I might get a book for his birthday. Right on. Well, Marlon, now I'm going to make a note that May 14 is your birthday. And yes, welcome Annabelle to a great show on CV News, according to Michael. Thank you, Michael. And Annabelle, welcome to the show. Annabelle's with us. Kathy says yay to Tiffany and hi to Liam. And Maggie is giving a shout out to Janella. Good evening, Janella, if you're out there listening. Hope you can join us sometime soon. Again, last call, one more time. Mark your calendars for the spring book sale, the Friends of the Castro Valley Library. If you are looking for DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, mystery books, cookbooks, I don't want to dwell too much on this because I've mentioned this a lot of times, but I think this is a wonderful, wonderful event. Eileen is with us. Good evening, Eileen. Eileen is checking in with Terrell Live Scan and Notary tonight. And also Terrell Live Scan and Notary is tonight's show sponsor. And Eileen says, hi, everyone and Mom. Eileen, you're just in time for another reminder in regards to the spring book sale coming up May 5th, 6th, and 7th. That is next month. Don't miss it. Michael B says, I am a great friend. Michael B, you are a great friend. You've always been a great friend, and I appreciate you so much. Kathy says, hello, Sissy Maggie, sister. And Maggie says, hello, sis Kathy Dennis Bailey. Good evening to you guys. Hope you're all doing well. There you go. Maggie, I'm sorry, Janella is in the house. Janella just sent 1,000 stars. Thank you so much for the stars, Janella. This is Janella's 40th week. Wow. Thank you, Janella. 1,000 stars, 40 weeks. You are awesome. Janella, you are just in time. I want to read some of the new members with the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. And let me hear, every episode, there's something that I forget. And this is the one here. I meant to have the Castro Valley Eden area chamber. Oops. Their website at my fingertips. But of course, that's the one thing that I forgot tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post up a link to the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page, because if I put an outside link, Facebook doesn't like that, because Facebook likes you to stay on Facebook. So here's kind of a little pro tip before we get to, and friends, I just posted up the link to the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. If you're a business owner and you're looking to expand your marketing and meet other people, other business owners and people in the community, please do yourself a favor and check out the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. They've got some awesome people at the helm. That's going to be Janella Anguiano and Todd Anglin. But here's a pro tip. If you're using social media, if you are doing a post, if you're putting up a post, if you're sharing information in a post, a pro tip is, good evening, David. David, you're just in time. I'm giving a pro tip when it comes to doing social media management. If you're going to post something on Facebook and you're going to share an outside link in that post, don't do it. Put it in the comments. Have your post be an image and whatever message that you're trying to convey or get out there to the community. But the best thing to do is to not share links in your posts, because Facebook does not like outside links in posts. They have in their algorithm, they suppress the algorithm so you don't get as much exposure, and it's actually a smart thing to do. It's a smart thing to do to keep your people on the platform that they're using. So that's just a pro tip. If you're going to promote, if I'm going to promote the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce in a post, I will not post the link in that comment itself, in that post. What you do is you post the link in the comments and you tell people, hey, the comment is in the link below, check it out there, because Facebook will, the algorithm will definitely squash that. So anyways, without further ado, I know you guys didn't need a social media pro tip, but there you go. It's good to know, because Facebook will definitely do that. With that said, I have a list of new members to the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce, and I want to pronounce that correctly. This is a hearty list of new members to the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. Eileen is in the house with her own profile tonight. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody in the roll call. Yes, David, we are glad you can join us. Maggie says, here's a testimonial. All you business owners should be members of the Chamber of Commerce. There you go. But with that said, time is of the essence. And let me give you, thank you so much to Gary Slate, who is the executive director of the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. This is proof positive of what the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce is doing in our community. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over 20 new members for the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. Let me give you the list here. The new members are More with Less, Oro Loma Sanitary District, State Farm Insurance, Samantha Harris, right there on Redwood Road, Top Thai Cuisine on Castro Valley Boulevard, Bree Grazing Boards, Local Business Pacheco, Landscape Management, GAXL General Contractors, Open Mortgage Branch Manager and Reverse Mortgage Professional, Your Lender Chris, Bon Tempo Club right here in Castro Valley, Pinoy's Place Restaurant by Cusinia, Tammy Barstow Team 292 Sold with Legacy Real Estate, Von Roll Team at Remax Accord, LVF HR Consulting, Keller Williams, Naveria Colima, Siami Team Real Estate, Castro Valley Fit Body Forever Boot Camp, The Doolittle, Katrina and Sons Properties, and Monica Jokaris. I think I pronounced that correctly in one of those two. So there you go. There is over a dozen new members with the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. And one more time, let me share their link one more time on Facebook. There it is, www.facebook.com/Eden Area Chamber. If you are a local business owner and you're looking to get dialed in with other business owners and gain more exposure and more promotion for your business, the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce is your go-to agency here in Castro Valley. Since we're talking about Castro Valley and awesomeness, Mark H is in the house. Good evening, Mark H. Eileen is with us in her private account, and Eileen just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Eileen. This is, where do I have Eileen on the list? Eileen's higher up in the list. 68 weeks. Thank you, Eileen. Appreciate your support. You are awesome. Let's see. Oh, let me not forget. I think Ross is still with us, I hope. Maggie just sent 500 stars. Thank you, Maggie. And yes, I will definitely mention this because this is in our newest magazine. Chris Padovano is on page 1, but I do need to mention absolutely positively, without a doubt, Maggie's not in this one. Ross, good evening. I have something for you right here, right now, Ross, per your request. Thank you again for the 500 stars, Maggie. And Maggie is a reverse mortgage specialist and just an awesome person. This is Maggie's, where do I have Maggie in the list? Maggie's 22nd week. Thank you, Maggie. Maggie just sent 500 stars over. Thank you so much. Michael B keeps mentioning that Dawn is in the picture of on my wall. No, that's something different. But Ross, this is for you. Tomorrow, I know this is short notice, but we shared this a while back. When's Cafe, located at 3315 Castro Valley Boulevard. They are going to be doing a fundraiser tomorrow for Chabot Elementary. And all you need to do is make a purchase, and a percentage of your purchase at When's Cafe will go to Chabot Elementary School. You know what? I have a couple minutes so I can blather for a moment, and that's exciting because I love singing the praises of local businesses. If you have never tried When's Cafe, please do it now. Do not waste time because Philip does wonderful stuff. And I know you're probably thinking, "Oh, Robert, what are you talking about? You're a vegetarian. What do you know?" Well, I'm going to tell you because Philip does vegetarian banh mi sandwiches. He does vegetarian pho soup, and it's delicious. And, like Ross just says, Phil and Wendy are awesome. That's an understatement. Philip and his wife, Wendy, are just wonderful people. So please, if you're going to be out and about and you're going to be shopping local, which I hope you do every day of the week or as often as possible, please visit When's Cafe. They're doing a fundraiser tomorrow for Chabot Elementary. When's Cafe did this last year, and they managed to raise quite a bit of money for the Tigers. That is the Chabot Elementary School. The Go Tigers. Go Tigers. Bob says, "Go Chabot Tigers. Support my granddaughter's school." There you go. Bob, this is for you as well. If you're going to be going out and about tomorrow, if you're going to maybe get some lunch, maybe get some dinner, please hit up When's Cafe because they're doing a fundraiser for Chabot Elementary. Go Tigers. It doesn't. Yes, my suggestion to you would be is if you're going to go to When's, and I hope you do, bring some cash, bring your credit cards, whatever. Mention to them that you would like to participate in the fundraiser for When's Cafe. And yes, there are specific hours tomorrow. It's going to be 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Please support our local schools and our local businesses. Ross says, "I hear there may be free appetizers available while certain customers are present. Well, there you go. David says now he's thinking about pho. Well, it's time you think about pho over at Wen's Cafe. Go say hi to Philip. He's an awesome guy. Does a lot for the community, does a lot of fundraisers, gives a lot of food to, especially during the pandemic. I think we shared something about that, but Philip was donating a lot of food to local places. He's just an awesome guy. So let me see. I did the book sale, the chamber, members, the fundraiser. I did say hello to Liam, and I'm going to say hello to Liam again. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my friend. Enjoy the sunshine. I do have a moment. One moment. Not much time, but I do want to let you guys know, as a reminder, we did release a new magazine. I think this was week before last. And we did a wonderful story with Chris Padavana at Eden Bicycles. I'm not sure if there's any of these floating around town anymore, but hopefully you got one before they all disappeared. Sunday was Chris's last day at Eden Cycles. And from what I understand, they're still in the shop clearing some stuff out and doing inventory, I believe. And, it's been a pleasure knowing Chris. We talked about Chris quite a bit during last week's show. Chris did a lot for the community behind the scenes and donated a lot of bicycles to Billy Bradford with Bad Business Model bikes. And I respect the heck out of Chris. I think he's a great guy. He's going to be retiring to Nevada City, and I wish him the best. I'm not sure. Hopefully Chris is watching. Chris, it's been a pleasure knowing you all these years. And it's been a few years, dating back to when I was with the Castro Valley Forum newspaper, long time ago. But yeah, I'm going to miss Chris. So what's going to happen is, I believe Chris said he had some additional stock, maybe some bicycles or some parts that another bicycle shop was going to purchase from him. And then what's going to happen is Trek Bicycles is going to come in and take over the shop. They essentially came in and bought Chris out, and he's going to move along and to his next chapter in life. And Chris, I wish you the best. Nothing but good thoughts for you. Has anybody seen Dawn check in? Because I did have something I wanted to mention, and I don't see Don in the roll call. I did not get a text back from him, so I hope all is well with him. But I did want to mention, and I don't want to mention it now because he won't be able to see all the love. Yeah, no Don yet. Maybe I'll text him again. Bear with me. With that said, it is 7:29, and we've got our caller is with us. Hey, Bob, how are you? Hang on, let me get you on speaker just a second here. All right, everyone listening, we've got Bob Swanson on the line, and what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys an update and a history lesson when it comes to the library building on Redwood Road. Thank you for joining us, Bob. Where are we at now with the library building at 20055 Redwood Road?
As it stands right now, the Economic and Civic Development Agency here at the county is going to be doing some research into the possibility of turning the library over to our veterans for veteran use and for community meetings. And that's where we're headed right now, and it's been a long time. It's been 7 years in the making. The Board of Supervisors voted to explore that. So we're going to have possibly two choices that the board will be making. One, should there be housing there with a 7,000 square foot meeting facility and office space for veterans and veteran housing? Now that sounds good, but the problem is the preferred amount of units would be 52 units because the developer wants it to pencil out. And if you put 52 units in there with only 40 parking spaces, there's not going to be enough parking for the residents who live there. Then if you have a 7,000 square foot meeting facility and office space and services for the veterans, there's going to be no parking for them. And so it's a good idea on a big piece of property. But this property is really small. In comparison, it's less than an acre. And so it would be probably a 5 or 6 story building right there on Redwood Road in the middle of residential, which just really is not practical. I mean, if they build this building, it's just not going to function right. And that is absolutely ridiculous. So, but that's still an option. So they're going to, the agency is going to be looking at how to turn it over to the library, how to fund the rehab of the building. The building is in pretty darn good shape. And we had the Castro Valley MAC now has voted 3 times to turn it over to the veterans. And, this is kind of unfortunate because, the MAC is an advisory body to the Board of Supervisors. We don't have a city council to advocate for us. So it makes it very difficult to do things. Now, the supervisor at the last meeting with the library was discussed. He wanted to quash the development of the housing there because it's just not going to fit. But the board didn't seem to want to go along with that. They want to make a choice between the two. So it would have been a lot easier had the Board of Supervisors decided to do this back in 2017 when Supervisor Miley proposed it, because we wouldn't have had laws in there regarding every city, every county, every state that has state agency who has property. If it's going to be declared surplus, it has to go to housing first. And that's the problem we're now running into, is to how to figure out how to transmit this to the veterans. If the veterans were able to take over the building, they have volunteers who are willing to rehab it. A lot, put in solar for very cheap or not at all. A lot of people want to help out the veterans, and there's so many endorsements. I mean, there's well over 5,000 signatures locally to do this. So I'm hoping that it goes forward and goes forward quickly. That's kind of where we're at right now.
And also, just some backstory here. The building's been vacant since 2009. I think the first time the CVMAC approved the lease to the veterans, it was a 20-year lease, at least. I think that was in 2018.
Probably 2017. I think that was the first time Mac heard it.
Okay, 2017.
And it's been and they've heard it 3 times now, and each time they said we should transmit this to the veterans. So the old Castro Valley Library, which was paid for by the citizens of Castro Valley with an assessment, I mean, it's Castro Valley's building, and it's a good building. It is historical. The PRHC, the Park Recreation and Historic Commission here, they had a study done, and it is a historical building that qualifies for the county historical, and it also qualifies for the state historical listing. If the developer were to take this over and put a project in, they'd have to do a whole environmental impact report. So that would be extremely expensive. So, I mean, the practicality of putting in and changing the building and tearing it down, it's going to cost us probably, I don't know, $500,000 to $1 million just to tear it down.
Yeah.
I mean, and the building's in good shape. It maybe needs $500,000 worth of upgrade, which would make it really good. The Castro Valley MAC ordered Mark Crawford to put together a group of developers to get some sort of an estimate on what it would cost, and they came up to do the inside of the building. It would probably be $198,900, somewhere in that neighborhood. And one of the major things is the ADA compliance bathrooms and things like that. If we have to do stuff with the exterior, with the roof, the parking lot, and painting the outside, that would probably add maybe $100,000 more. So I mean, we're looking at a total to rehab the building about $398,900, and that's without donations. You know that the veterans feel that they will be able to get a lot of donations of equipment and everything. So I'm just hoping that it works out. This is a good building. It should be saved, and it's historic.
Another Bob has a question. Who are the veterans, and who is Bob Swanson? So I'll leave it.
I'm Bob Swanson, and I'm a Vietnam veteran. And I retired from Alameda County Supervisor Miley's office in 2015. I used to manage Castro Valley, Ashland, Cherryland, and Fairview for the supervisor for 14 years. And now, after I had several heart attacks and things like that, I'm feeling pretty good. Supervisor asked me to come back on a part-time basis. And he asked me to work on veterans issues and to work on drug and alcohol policy. And that's what I'm doing for the supervisor.
And can you identify the veterans organizations that have been involved in all
Yeah, we
years?
have our Castro Valley VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and then we have the Castro Valley American Legion. And they're very much behind it. Then we have, there's a Marine group, the group of Marines. There's Sea Scouts. There's all kinds of folks who are interested to use this building. Legal women voters. We've gotten support from the Castro Valley Democratic Club, the Castro Valley, the County Democratic Party Central Committee. They wrote a letter to say that the veterans should get it. Eden Healthcare District, they've looked into it, and if we get the library, if the veterans do get the library, Eden Healthcare is looking at the possibility of providing a healthcare worker for mental health issues for our veterans.
That'd be fantastic.
There's stuff that we can do, but we just got to get the building.
Yeah, and it's kind of been sort of promised thus far. And if you could speculate, what is the opposition here? What is holding up the process?
Well, right now the process is being held up by continuing to study it.
Okay.
And they're going to be studying to see, how to turn it over, how we can turn it over to the veterans, what that would cost, what kind of funding would be needed, and they're going to be working on that. So it's probably going to be probably another year before they come up with this. But it's already been 7 years, and it should have been done years ago.
Right. And the building is 10,329 square feet. It's not
about that.
It's not a huge parcel overall.
Right.
Less than an acre, you said?
Yeah, it's less than an acre.
And remind folks, I know you mentioned this before, remind folks what is kind of being proposed, the use on that building?
Well, the use that we're proposing for the veteran use is to have a place for our veterans to meet. They can provide services, peer-to-peer counseling for our veterans. We do have veterans housing projects already in line here in Castro Valley. The project over on Ruby Street, which was proposed, and by Eden Housing is going to build 72 units of affordable housing there, with 25 units for veterans. So we pretty much have 25 units locked in. And then we have First Presbyterian Church over there on Grove and Redwood. And they have proposed, and this is, they haven't submitted anything to planning yet, but they would like to build 199 units of affordable housing. And I talked to the minister over there, and they said that they would like to provide 25% of the building for veterans purposes, for veterans housing. So we're not ignoring the veterans in any way.
Right.
And if there's already going to be a veterans facility over on Ruby, well, the facility that would be built on the Grove Way and Redwood would be very close, so they could share services and things. So, we're not ignoring our veterans at all. We're going to be providing quite a bit of housing, and we should do that.
A question in the comments: how would the ongoing maintenance and funding for operations be handled?
That's what the study is being done on, is to how to manage it, and what money it would take, and who would be able to provide that. There are grants for veterans services and things like that. And then the county, we have our Veteran Service Agency. They're over at Eastmont Mall right now. But a lot of veterans are kind of afraid to go over there because of some of the violence that happens in the area. And so it would be nice to have, like a satellite office here in Castro Valley for the veterans who live out in the Livermore, Dublin, Pleasanton, Fremont, Hayward area, San Leandro area, so they don't have to go all the way to Eastmont Mall.
So the thought is to have the county lease the building to the veterans, and they would the county would still be somewhat potentially responsible for the maintenance and upkeep, but the veterans would be leasing it. Is that correct?
It's possible. Still, they're looking at that. Could the veterans buy it for $1? And then the county could create a memorandum of understanding that if for some reason the veterans weren't able to pull this together, it would revert back to the county. And if it was owned by the veterans, or they had a stake in it, it would be a lot cheaper. I mean, if the county has to rehab it, the county doesn't do anything cheap.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So theoretically, it would be the best situation for the county to sign it over to the veterans and have them do the maintenance. That way, the county would not be responsible for the maintenance and upkeep.
Yeah, and if we could pull that off, that would be great. We could have pulled that off quite easily about 3 years ago.
Right.
But after the state passed this law, it's kind of screwed up everything.
Gotcha. So when you mentioned that there would be a developer, would not be a for-profit, it would potentially be a non-profit agency that would demolish the building, build a new one, and it would be a not-for-profit company organizing that, correct?
That's possible.
Okay.
That's why they're going to be doing the study, is how and who will be rehabbing it, and how will it be done.
So was it disclosed who will be doing the study and how much it will cost? I'm assuming the county again?
The county's going to be doing it in-house.
Okay.
So it'll be done by our Economic and Civic Development Agency, and hopefully they already have enough funding to be able to pull that off.
Okay. And I know you mentioned before, and I know during numerous MAC meetings, Supervisor Nate Miley has expressed his support for the veterans to have the building. Is that still the case?
Totally. I mean, that's why he put me on it.
Okay. Okay.
He wants to make sure that this goes through, that our veterans and our local community. I mean, we need meeting space. All our organizations need meeting space, and there's not enough of it here in Castro Valley. And this would be great for moderately small, small to moderate meetings.
Do you know offhand how many veterans are involved in those two veterans organizations here in Castro Valley, to give kind of a snapshot to how many people that building would be a resource for?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
How many? I don't know how many Vietnam, or how many VFW. I don't know how many are in the VFW and the American Legion. I imagine in excess of 50.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
And I apologize if you mentioned this already, but what are we have a question in the comments here. Are the other non-Castro Valley representative supervisors balking at this concept? Is that where we're at?
In the past, we've had supervisors vote just to put in the housing. Richard Valle did. Richard passed away. So we have a new supervisor there. So we don't know what she's going to be doing. And then when Wilma Chan was hit by a car, and she passed away. Now, Lena Tam is currently the supervisor there. So we don't know exactly where she's going to go on this issue. She was the one that asked that Nate not quash the housing portion of it, but go ahead and do the veterans portion with our local veterans. So that's what she proposed, and the supervisor and the board voted on that to do that.
What have the neighbors in the immediate area, what has been their input on the future use of the building?
I haven't heard anything at all lately. I've heard people saying, "Oh, they'll have drunken parties there." No, that it won't even be allowed. That's the worst thing I heard. Is one of the neighbors about 4 years ago came up with that concept. But that's the only thing I've heard.
And in your outreach and your experience talking to a lot of the people who live in Castro Valley, what's been the feedback, the sentiment of what folks would like to see happen with that building?
Well, we've got well over 5,000 local signatures, and that's pretty darn good. And I was collecting signatures at the Fall Festival for it several years ago, and to get petitions signed, sometimes it's hard. Mm-hmm. This was the easiest petition I've ever had to have signed. All I had to do is say, "Do you want to save the old Castro Valley Library for veteran and community use?" "Yes, we do." And they would sign the petition. I think there's lots of support out there.
Some of the uses for the building, if it were to be handed over to the veterans, is, like you said, potentially a nurse on site, a meeting room. I think I've heard historically there would be a military library as well.
That's kind of what the nonprofit that the veterans have put together, because the MAC asked them to put together a nonprofit organization to be able to take it over. And I think I missed some of the question there.
Some of the potential uses at the building was, you mentioned Eden Healthcare District might have a nurse there to help veterans.
Right, and the Veteran Services in Alameda County, they would be interested to have a facility there too.
In addition, go ahead.
Go ahead,
No,
Robert.
In addition to, I think there was a military library, so resources for people to read and learn about veterans.
Yeah. They want to keep the same use, because when you change uses on buildings, it gets complicated.
To say the least.
Yeah.
What can people do now to voice their opinion in regards to the future of that building? What are some of the options that people have? Who can they call? Who can they email?
Well, I would suggest getting a hold of change.org. And let's see here. Change.org. And I would just type in change.org, Old Castro Valley Library, and into Google, and you'll come up with the petition. Okay. And right now there's 1,770 on the online petition, and then there's a lot more on the physical, so it's over 5,000. But people could go to change.org and show their support.
And again, I think you touched on this, and I apologize if you're repeating yourself, but are there local veterans buildings locally that are, handy for veterans to go to and find services?
Well, if you're a city like San Leandro, they have their own veterans facility. If you're a city like Hayward has its own veterans facility. Mm-hmm. And Castro Valley, we've got two, VFW and American Legion, and a lot of vets who don't belong to either one here in Castro Valley. We've got a lot of vets here.
In the county, are there other veterans buildings? Is there one in Oakland?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know there's one out in Danville somewhere. Okay. I've been there.
Okay.
And then there's one in Pleasanton. Pleasanton has their own. quite a large one, actually. And then they have a Veterans Parade there every year, which Supervisor Miley and I usually go to.
And just to touch on the importance and big part that those two groups, the veterans groups, play in our town, in Castro Valley, they are responsible for the wonderful memorial services at the Memorial Quail Park. So there,
Yep.
for many, many years, those events have happened, and they've prior to the park being there, they were involved in the Lone Tree ceremony. So these groups aren't new to our town.
Yeah, they raised, I mean, to put in the memorial there, the veterans raised hundreds of thousands of dollars.
A lot of money, and it's a beautiful memorial. And
Yeah.
I would venture to say that this building would be a quality product, just like that park is.
I would say yes.
Yes. So, Bob, thank you for your time. I'm sure you got other things to do this evening. Again, walk us through what people can do if they would like to support this project for the veterans to get the building.
Well, you can always write the Board of Supervisors, write Supervisor Miley, so he has letters he can present to the rest of the board. You can write letters. You can, Castro Valley Forum, you can write a letter to the editor in the Castro Valley Forum supporting that the veterans get the Castro Valley Library for veteran and community use. Those two things would help pretty well, and go to the petition. Sign the petition on change.org for the old Castro Valley Library.
Yeah, all you have to do is just go to change.org, and there's usually like a keyword toolbar. You can just put in Castro Valley, and I'm sure that one will come up.
That could be.
Yeah. Bob, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me, Robert. I do appreciate it.
Anytime you want to come in and come on and talk about anything, I number one, you've got the best radio voice I've heard in a long
thank you very much.
in a long time, and I appreciate your friendship and all of the things that you've done for our community.
Yeah. I remember you back years ago when I got a guy graffitiing the wall, and you
That's
did a
right.
story on it.
Yep, right over there on Grove, right?
Yeah.
Yep. How time has passed.
That was years ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, Robert. Hey, your audience is great, and wish you all a good evening.
Thank you, Bob. Best to you and Donna.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Bob Swanson. We were talking about the future and past of the library on Redwood Road. If you missed all the information, it's all in the show. You can watch the show again. And let me go back and say Karen is with us. Good evening, Karen. And also Dawn is in the house. Good evening, Dawn. Thank you for joining us. And I wanted to also give you like full disclosure. The library building at 20055 Redwood Road, I used to work at that building, and I am partial to a plan where that building is not demolished. So for once, I'm biased in this one, and I'm fully disclosing that bias because I think there's a number of things that are important in that choice. The fact, like Bob mentioned, Castro Valley paid for that building. It was a parcel tax, I think in the late 50s or early 60s. Castro Valley, I think it was a 5-cent parcel tax it was a 3-cent parcel tax. Castro Valley paid for that building, so that should definitely factor in there. Anyways, that aside, Don just sent 20 stars. Thank you, Don. Appreciate your support. This is Don's 62nd week, and I am so glad that Don is with us because I want to let you guys know that Sunday wasn't just Easter. Sunday was also Handsome Don's birthday. So, Don, happy birthday, Handsome Don. We're glad that you can join us. Micaiah is with us. Good evening, Micaiah. Good evening to you. Micaiah just sent 200 stars. This is Micaiah's 23rd week sending stars. Handsome Don, happiest of birthdays to you. Maggie says Don is amazing. That's an understatement. Let's get to the giveaway right here. And there you go. Randall just shared the link for you guys. If you would like to sign the petition to save the old Castro Valley Library for use by veterans and civic organizations. Randall just shared it. I'm going to share it again. Here you go. Can't share that link enough. Just shared it again. I have signed it, and again, I'm just giving you complete full disclosure that I support that building staying in the community. Castro Valley paid for it. We should be able to keep it. It's the MAC has approved the veterans retaining that building for use 3 times, and I think it's time for that to happen. Let's get to the giveaway, shall we? And this used to be the midway giveaway, but it is now just the giveaway. But before that, I got to tell you who tonight's sponsor is. And I'm going to share that change.org link again later in the show. Katie is asking what type of civic organization use is proposed. That would be the veterans organizations. They are both nonprofits, and they have joined together for a single nonprofit so that they can use that building. Katie is asking, did Castro Valley pay for the building and the land? Castro Valley paid for the building, and I believe my understanding up to date is the county acquired the land through eminent domain when the library was built on Redwood Road. So that's how that is. Don says the give it away now. Yeah, I like that. The Red Hot Chili Peppers thing. But before we get to that, I want to let you guys know tonight's show sponsor is none other than Terrell Live Scan and Notary. And thank you so much to tonight's giveaway sponsor, Terrell Live Scan and Notary. They are a family-oriented. Let me start from the start. Tonight's giveaway sponsor is Terrell Live Scan and Notary. They are a family-owned business offering live scan fingerprinting, ink fingerprinting, and notary services. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Walk-ins are welcome for live scan and notary services. Appointments are required for ink fingerprinting. They are located in the Tampa Shopping Center at 27526 Tampa Avenue in Hayward. You can call them at 510-786-8192. That is, again, 510-786-9182. You can find them on Facebook and Yelp. They look forward to serving you. With that said, I'm going to post up the link right here to Terrell Live Scan on Facebook. All that information is on their Facebook page. And again, I'm sharing a Facebook page link so it won't take you away from Facebook, which is important because, again, if you're doing social media and you're posting links to things that are outside of Facebook, the algorithm will not be in your favor. So thank you so much to Eileen and Terrell Live Scan and Notary. I will give you their address one more time. 27526 Tampa Avenue in Hayward. Their phone number is 510-786-9182. And if you didn't deduce it already, and am I proud to use the word deduce in past tense. If you haven't deduced it yet, Terrell Live Scan and Notary is the business owned by Eileen Terrell, who has been a fan of this show for a very, very long time. And I am forever indebted to Eileen's support and wonderfulness. Thank you, Eileen, for your support. So let's get to the giveaway, shall we? I got a lot of stuff on the table here. So the giveaway. Thank you again, Eileen, with Terrell Live Scan and Notary for supporting tonight's show. With that said, I have so many gift cards, so many gift certificates for the winner to choose from tonight. I'm going to go through the list real fast, okay? Don, you're cracking me up. I love you, Don. Handsome Don comes up with the wonderful... Don, I'm glad you can join us again. If you missed it, Sunday was Handsome Don's birthday, and what a wonderful day to celebrate a wonderful and handsome gentleman. So the Midway giveaway works as such. Every show, I have a plethora of gift cards, gift certificates that I give away. There's a trivia question, and the first person to provide the correct answer via text wins a gift card of their choice from the following businesses: Cafe 4, delicious coffee on John Drive. There you go. Tiffany says it was Aaron's birthday too on Sunday. Happy birthday to handsome Don and wonderful Aaron. You guys are awesome. So, with that said, the Midway again. If you are the winner of the Midway, you can win $20 to Cafe 4. That's the cafe on John Drive, right across from Three Cross Church. You could win $20 to Pete's Ace Hardware. Happy birthday, Aaron. You could win $20 to Pampas. They relocated on Redwood Road right next door to Trader Joe's. $20, delicious coffee and empanadas. Can you tell I like local coffee? I got a couple more here. Here's another one. Man, don't get caught sleeping on Cafe Rumi on Higher Avenue. Delicious stuff. Try the pink chai latte. And I mentioned already, Cafe Rumi is on Higher Avenue. Delicious coffee and Mediterranean food. I think I did this last Tuesday, and it's a perturbance of mine that there's a lot of people who say that there's no good food. There's no place good to get food in Castro Valley. Cafe Rumi. Expand your flavor profile with some Mediterranean food at Cafe Rumi. Shout out to Suhelia and her staff. Wonderful stuff. Also, thank you, Micaiah. I've got $20 to Restore and Rework. Wonderful restoration shop and gift shop, antiques, one-of-a-kind stuff. See Micaiah at Restore and Rework, located at holy moly, that's small print. I can't see that. 2572 San Carlos Avenue. Again, thank you, Micaiah, for the gift card. Thank you, Maggie, for sending an additional 500 stars. That brings Maggie up to 1,000 stars. Thank you, Maggie. Or you can get $20 to Golfland on Castro Valley Boulevard. Go see the Three Dragons. They are perched on a hunk of cement with a safe inside. Yes, it's true. $20 to the Hallmark store in the Castro Village Shopping Center. We've got $20 to Portales. Go see my Aunt Rosa, Tia Rosa, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. Thank you, Mark H., for 200 stars. Mark H. in the house. Thank you, sir. 200 stars. This is Mark H.'s 19th week. Mark H., you're awesome. You know that. Also, $20 to One That Apple Records, owned by the handsome birthday boy himself, Don, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. Don't miss this place either. $20 to European Market and Catering, located on Redwood Road, one of Castro Valley's most wonderful hidden gems. Go check them out. Thank you so much to Lynette. We have $20 to Elevate Home Decor on Somerset, right across the street. Caddy corner to Al's Market. Mark, if you sent 1,000 stars earlier, I apologize because I missed it. Thank you, Mark H., for the 1,200 stars. I apologize. I knew there was going to be something that I missed. We have an entire month of unlimited yoga at Castro Valley Yoga, which will include access to their weekly live stream classes as well as their library of recorded classes. Castro Valley Yoga is on Castro Valley Boulevard. Hey now. Shout out to Daily Dose Plant-Based Health. They do CBD stuff, all sorts of healthy supplements, vegan food and treats. They are online, dailydose.org. They used to have a storefront in the Adobe Center, but they're doing all of their business online. They also deliver free to all Castro Valley addresses. Holy smokes, $20 to Crossroads Specialty Foods, all of the international stuff that you can ever want. Crossroads Specialty Foods just opened up in the shopping center where Casper's is, at the corner of East Castro Valley Boulevard and Center. Is that Center Street? Yes, Center Street. I got a couple more. Sorry. Cali Life is with us. Good evening, Cali Life. I've got $20 to Always Yours Bakery Cafe in the Village Shopping Center. Last but not least, a pet spa day to classy canine wiggle rumps just a few doors down from Handsome Dawn at One Bad Apple Records. I know that was a lot of time spent to all these gift cards, but you know what? I think it's cool to have more gift cards and gift certificates for people to choose from. Hopefully it will attract more people to the show. And if you are listening, if you are watching, and if you want to spread the word about that goofy guy on Facebook Live who gives away gift cards, please tell them that that's what I do. The gift cards I purchase, most of them, I purchase about 90% of these, and I'll tell you why. Because I have time to blather. Because I love spending money at local shops. That's why. Because I love shopping local. That's why. I hope you do so too. I hope you do as well. That was proper grammar. So, that took far too long, and I apologize. But there's so many gift cards and so little time. So I just posted up in the comments the text line, 510-331-9112. The first person to provide the correct answer wins a gift card from one of those businesses. And here we go. I hope I can stump you guys with this one. So here we go. Where in Castro Valley can you find a dusty road that has nothing to do with an actual roadway? Good evening, Chrissy. Chrissy is in the house. Glad you can join us, Chrissy. Chrissy's just in time for the midway giveaway, and I'm going to give you the question one more time. Where in Castro Valley can you find a dusty road that has nothing to do with an actual roadway or where cars drive? Chrissy, good evening. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Glad you can join us. 510-331-9112 is the text line for you to send your guesses to. Oh, winner right out of the gate. The correct answer is Lords. Congratulations. I was hoping to stump you guys on that one, but you guys are just too smart. So I'll give you the question and the answer, and then the explanation to the question. Kim won. Congratulations, Kim. Right on. Guesses are rolling in. Ten Hills Road? 10 Hills Road? No. So I give you the question, the answer, and the explanation here. The location in Castro Valley where you can find a dusty road that has nothing to do with an actual roadway is Lord's. The Dusty Road is one of their delicious sweet treats. And this sweet treat called the Dusty Road has chocolate shower ice cream, hot fudge, dusted with malt powder, whipped cream, and a cherry. So I'll give you the question, the answer, the location in Castro Valley where you can find a dusty road that has nothing to do with an actual roadway is Lord's Ice Cream in the Village. And the Dusty Road, if you're interested in trying this, it sounds pretty good. It has chocolate showers ice cream. I think that's maybe a brand or a type. Chocolate showers ice cream. Hot fudge, dusted with malt powder, whipped cream, and a cherry. That's singular, one cherry. Congratulations, Kim. If you would be so kind, Kim, to let me know which business you would like your gift card from, I will get that to you as soon as possible. And also, Kim, it's your lucky day because you also get 1 pound, which is 16 ounces of delicious local raw honey from Sung Lee, the bee charmer. If you don't know, there's the other thing that I forgot. I had the magazine with Sung Lee on the front page, but you guys probably already seen that already. Sung Lee is a local. He's a bee specialist, but they call him the bee charmer. He has a ton of hives in Castro Valley. He's got a lot of beehives. I shouldn't say hives because you think he might be. He's got beehives in San Lorenzo, beehives in Castro Valley. I think he's got some beehives in Dublin as well, but I could be incorrect. Barry, welcome to the show. Barry says, love the new Crossroads specialty foods. I'd recommend the French feta with Greek honey. Someone's asked, is this Kim asking? Kim. Yes, Kim is asking, what are the options for gift cards? I'm glad you asked. Kim, this is for you. You can get $20 from Cafe 4. You could get $20 from Pete's Ace Hardware. You could get $20 to Pampas Delicious Coffee and Empanadas on Redwood Road next to Trader Joe's. You can get $20 to Cafe Rumi. You can get $20 to Restore and Rework. You can get $20 to Golfland. You could get $20 to the Hallmark Store. You could get $20 and go see my Aunt Rosa at Portales. You can get some $20 from Handsome Don at One Bad Apple Records. There's also $20 to European Market on Redwood Road, $20 to Elevate Home Decor on Somerset across the street from Al's Market, Unlimited Yoga from Castro Valley Yoga, $20 to Daily Dose, $20 to Crossroads Specialty Foods, $20 to Always Yours Bakery Cafe, or a pet spa day from Classy Canine Wiggle Rumps. Kimberly, send me your choice, and I will make sure you get the gift card, gift certificate that you would like to have, in addition to the delicious, locally harvested, local raw honey from Sung Lee, the bee charmer. Gravity just got the best of me right there. Okay. Not going to try to organize those. I'm just going to, well, I guess I am. With that said, let's move on. We did that. Got the sponsor. Did that. Hey, I've got some scams for you. Got a couple scams here. We're almost out of show. We're at 1 hour and 12 minutes. And this show is 90 minutes long. Wanted to give you guys a heads up on this. Every show, I prepare and collect current scams happening. Normally, there's some scam solicitations that I share that I have received personally, and I have a couple of those. But before that, before I share some of the solicitations that I have received, I want to give you a FYI on this. And the FBI are warning consumers against using free public charging stations, saying crooks have managed to hijack public chargers that can infect devices with malware or software that can give hackers access to your phone, tablet, or computer. This story has been all over the media today, and I've heard so much different information in regards to this. This information that I have here is actually from the Associated Press, which is normally the most reliable, one of the most reliable sources. However, these alleged hijacks have not really happened. The FBI just wants to warn people of the risk involved in using these free public charging stations. So these free public charging stations you can normally find at a airport. I think there's some potentially at local coffee houses. These are like hubs that are set up where you can charge your devices. Let's see. Here we go. Airports, hotels, shopping centers. This information came directly from the FBI's Denver field office, and an individual was quoted saying, avoid using free charging stations at airports, hotels, or shopping centers. Bad actors have figured out ways to use public USB ports to introduce malware and monitoring software onto devices. Carry your own charger and USB cord and use an electrical outlet instead. Callie Ann, welcome to the show. We're glad you can join us. Callie Ann is a new person. Glad you can join us. Callie Ann says, I can confirm they are at Oakland Airport in between the gates. So there you go. I believe the charging stations may be there. And that's potentially where these individuals may or may not be attempting to install malware on your phone or tablet. Let's see. Here's a little bit of information. The FCC, Federal Communications Commission, has also warned about juice jacking, as the malware loading scheme is known. So there you go. Consumer devices with compromised USB cables can be hijacked through software that can siphon off usernames and passwords, the FCC warned at the time. The commission told consumers to avoid those public stations. Another thing that you can actually do, instead of having to use USB ports at these hotels or shopping centers or airports, I think I said airports twice, there's a device, and this thing is super cool, and you can get this off the Big A shopping place, or you can go to eBay, whatever you want to do. And I'm gonna use my phone as a visual aid. There's a device that's basically the size of my iPhone, and it's a solar device that basically you can garner a decent enough charge in the sun to charge your phone. And that way you won't have to put yourself at risk for these wacky USB scams and all that stuff. And again, from what I heard on other news outlets, is that these scams may not be actually happening, which, you know, I'm in the news, or I am in the news. I'm a journalist. And what happens is there are a lot of times where some outlets will give you some information and you'll get different information from another outlet. But I did hear from a couple, I heard on KCBS and also on KQED, that this is a warning that this potentially could happen. It's not something that's happening rampant, but it's definitely something to be aware of, that it is a potential risk. Kellyanne says it's crazy how many things scammers are coming up with nowadays to hack. It seems like everything is an angle for a scammer to try to get your information or try to get your money. I got plenty of time. This is an email that I received, and let me give you. Let me backtrack a second. A lot of these scam emails, you can see the immediate red flag by the email address. This email address is Mr. Mark John, Mr. Mark John 15 at gmail.com. Kind of an initial red flag is Gmails are, the email addresses are anonymous. They're really easy to set up. There's not a lot of information needed to set up a Gmail account to assure that this person is legit. Anyways, let me read you this email that I received recently. Attention to your payment. I wish to inform you that your full payment of $1.2 million, Mark B, is in the house. Thank you, Mark B. We're talking about scams. You're just in time. Appreciate the 500 stars, Mike B. You are awesome. This is Mark B's. Where do I have Mark B on the list? This is Mark B's 24th week. Mark B, thank you for the support. Let's see. So this is Mr. Mark John from an anonymous Gmail. I wish to inform you that your full payment, $1.2 million, and that's the numerical representation. Then it was spelled out $1,200,000 from Central Bank of Benin. And I should have looked up Benin, but I didn't. Is Benin a real location? Let me see. So I'm going to Google Bank of Benin. Okay. BOA Benin. Cotonou Benin. Looks like it's in. It's not in the U.S. Could be Bank of Africa. Anyways, getting back to this, Bank of Benin had my full payment of $1.2 million has been approved for onward released. So another thing about these scams is a lot of times there's grammatical issues, and like I have, but approved for onward released to you via Visa ATM card, which you will use to withdraw all of the 1.2 million in any ATM machine in any part of the world, but the maximum you can withdraw a day is 5,500 only. We have mandated United Bank of Africa, Benin, to send you the ATM card and PIN code, which you will use to withdraw all of your 1.2 million in any ATM. So they're telling you can only withdraw a certain amount, then you can draw with more. Thank you, David. Country in West Africa, Benin. You are hereby advised, ADVICED, not advised, to contact the head of ATM card department of United Bank for Africa, Benin. Follows email address. So here you go. Here's a different email address from the one that I've been contacted with. This is a Hotmail address, which is another anonymous email address that you can set up. So here it is. Here's the stinger. You can set all this up, but you have to pay the processing fees of $175 for the claims your ATM card as a non-resident. So there you go. That's the scam in a nutshell. There, it's not a lot of money that they're asking for, but if someone were to unfortunately fall for this scam right here, and it's a hearty chunk of money that this person is saying that I won. $1.2 million is nothing to cough at. However, I have to pay the processing fee of $175. Not a big scam. It's not a big payday for the scammer, but $175 would be pretty good for someone who just sent an email and got somebody to fall for it, and it's not bad. However, a lot of these scams, when you get hooked in and you send them an initial $175, a lot of times these people come back and say, but wait, there's an additional $500 administrative fee that you need to submit. So guys, if someone is promising you money that you have won, but you need to pay an administrative fee or a processing fee, then you're being scammed. Always, if it sounds too good to be true, it normally is. Jamie is with us. Thank you, Jamie, for joining us. Jamie just sent 100 stars. Thank you, Jamie. This is Jamie's first week. Thank you so much. We got quite a few first week star senders. Appreciate that. Jamie, we're talking about scams. These icky, yucky, scamming people who try to get money from people. And I mention this every time we talk about scams. The ickiest, most sickest, least appealing thing is a lot of these scams are geared towards seniors. There's a lot of people who are trying to make our senior citizens victims, and I think that's just horribly despicable. Horribly despicable, yeah. Got another one here. This is another email that I received in regards to here we go. This is actually 10.5 million. And here we go. It's from Charles Anthony, Banthony Law Firm 21 at Gmail. If you're an actual, this person says that they're a barrister, which is, I think that's British for attorney. If you want a little tidbit of cool stuff, barristers in, I think it's UK, the United Kingdom, which is England, and other areas as well. Barristers are attorneys. So if this person is actually an attorney, they would probably have their own suffix, their own. It would be Banthony. It would probably be Charles at BanthonyLawFirm.com. But no, this is from a Gmail account. And hello, my dear. I am Barrister Charles Anthony. I am contacting you to assist retrieve his huge deposit Mr. Alexander left in the bank. $10.5 million before it gets confiscated by the bank. Please get back to me for more details. You know, I've said this before. A lot of these scams are just kind of fun for me to kind of decipher and tear apart all of the red flags. I don't know a Mr. Alexander, and he supposedly left $10.5 million in the bank. Please get back to me for more details. So my guess would be someone would email this person back and say, "Oh my goodness, yes, I do want the $10.5 million that you mentioned in your email." And I'm assuming familiar with the previous scam. This person would probably say, yes, but there's a $700 administrative fee for you to get that 10 point something million. So yes, as always, if something sounds too good to be true, it normally is. Last thing. Yes, Maggie says it perfect. Lies, lies, lies. I love sharing the scams with you guys because I think the more that we hear about them, the more that we are familiar with these scams, the more hopefully we will talk to our friends and neighbors about them, and the less that people will fall for them because I think it was, what's her name? Sorry, apologize. Darn it. Like Callie Ann said previously, it's crazy how many things scammers are coming up with these days to try and reel people in. Last thing that I wanted to mention tonight, I've got a couple more minutes left of show here. Make sure I don't miss any. Marlon says, yes, in England and on the East Coast, lawyers are called barristers. It's a fun word to use. If you missed this, I'm going to give you another FYI. This is coming up in about a month. For starters, right out of the gate, the chili cook-off is no more in Castro Valley, unfortunately. And the chili cook-off is over 30 years in Castro Valley. It is being kind of replaced by the Barbecue Axe Brew event. This will also be held at the Raul Ranch Rodeo Park Friday, May 12th from 5 p.m. to dusk. Jamie said she would get it mixed up with baristas, which are the wonderful folks that make your coffee on an espresso machine. Barista and barrister. Very close. Jamie, thank you for that. Yes, the chili cook-off is no more, unfortunately, but it is going to be replaced with the axe throwing tournament and cornhole tournament as well. And let me let you know what cornhole is. It's actually an event where you throw beanbags into a wooden plank with holes in it, and it's kind of a fun game. But let me let you know the background here. What had happened with the chili cook-off? There's Alameda County food regulations, preparation regulations that regulate how food can be served to the community. So basically, the chili cook-off for over 30 years has been people will be preparing these chilies in their home kitchen, and the county does not. They have regulations preventing that. So with that said, Friday, May 12th from 5 p.m. to dusk at the Raul Ranch Rodeo Park. You guys know where that's at, right? It's out on Dublin Canyon Road. The chili cook-off started 30 years ago, was canceled due to Alameda County guidelines regulating distribution of food prepared in unregulated home kitchen to the public. But you can enter the axe throwing tournament. There will be barbecue from Canyons Barbecue on the Boulevard. Axe throwing. There have been a lot of people who are kind of questioning, some people are just making jokes about the fact that people will be drinking and throwing axes. I'm sure this will be a safe event, but barbecue food will be provided by Canyons Restaurant. I'm going to assume that it's not free. But if you want to enter the axe throwing event, there will be 4-person mixed teams, $500 first prize, $200 second prize, $100 third prize. Registration is $150 per team, $40 per team for the cornhole event. If you would like to enter, you can call Randy Vanderbilt at 510-882-1114. Again, let me show you this right here. This is the Barbecue Axe and Brew Axe Throwing Tournament. If you are not familiar with the Axe Throwing Tournament, it is the Axe Throwing event. It's fun. It's a lot of people do it. I've never done it. I've seen it. It looks fun. It looks a little bit dangerous, but that's okay. Kathy is asking if this is a new regulation. According to Maggie, it has always been in place. I think it may have, a lot of times county regulations are enforced in reaction to sometimes there's complaints. There you go. Don says because axes are safer than chili. I don't know. The chili cook-off has always been such a fun event, and it's been around as long as I can remember, since I've been doing news here in Castro Valley, and it's sad to see it go, but maybe this new event will be just as cool. Also, Kathy is asking, why did it go for 30 years? Because the chili cook-off has historically been the fundraiser for the Rowell Ranch Rodeo Parade, which is the next day. And the brews, the Axes, Barbecue, and Brews event will be the fundraiser for the Rowell Ranch Rodeo Parade. And that is coming up on... I shouldn't have thrown the paper because now I need it. Hey, show pro tip number 5, don't throw the paper that you might need. Again, so Friday, May 12th is going to be the Barbecue Axe and Brew event. And FYI, Saturday, May 13th is going to be the Rowell Ranch Rodeo Parade. It's going to be back. We'll be live streaming it like we do every year. But the cool thing about the Barbecue Axe and Brew event is it will be the fundraiser for the Rowell Ranch Rodeo Parade, which has been going on for a whole lot of years. There is one last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys and give you a super early heads up, and I thought I had it on the list. No, I didn't. There's 2 things that I forgot. Guys, we are so fortunate to have a wonderful comic book here in our community. And please make a note that May 6th, that's next month, early next month, May 6th is free comic book day. And I want to urge you to shop at our local comic book store because they are wonderful people. They're located 2869 Castro Valley Boulevard. Crush Comics is located right next to the wonderful iconic Chabot Theater. Every year, the wonderful folks at Crush Comics participate in Free Comic Book Day. It's good for their shop to bring more people in. It's good for people who go to the shop because they get free comic books and get exposed to other great items. Paulette is gracing us with her presence tonight. Paulette, thank you for the 200 stars. Paulette has sent stars 33 weeks in a row. This is episode 210. There you go. Barry is tagging Mike Kresser, who's the original owner of Crush Comics. Yes. Again, mark your calendar. If you are into comic books, graphic novels, all sorts of cool stuff, you need to be at Crush Comics, located 2869 on May 6th. That is free comic book day. Actually, you can just go to Crush Comics anytime you want because they got good stuff and they're local folks and they are awesome. That is tonight's episode, show 210. Let me give a special shout out to new listeners tonight, Annabelle and Callie Ann. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Let me congratulate Kimberly, who for the first time won the Midway, I think the first time. Also, let me thank the individuals who sent stars. I'm here. Sorry, I just wanted to mark something else here. Thank you so much to Ross, who sent 25 stars. Thank you to Kathy, who sent 50. Thank you to Kimberly, who sent 50. Thank you to Marlon, who sent 50. Thank you to Katie, who sent 50. Thank you to Bob, sent 50. Thank you to Tiffany, who is the queen of stars. She sent 200 stars. Janella sent 1,000. Eileen sent 200. Maggie sent 1,000. 1,200, because she just sent an additional 200. Maggie, thank you so much for the 1,200 stars. Don sent 20. Micaiah sent 200. Mark H sent 1,200. Mark B sent 500. Jamie sent 100. Paulette sent 200 stars. Thank you to everyone who sent stars. Thank you to everyone who listened and watched. And I need to let you know that Tiffany is the queen of stars. She has sent stars 70 weeks. Dennis is the king of stars, 69 weeks. This has been episode 210. And yes, we went into overtime because it's 1 hour and 37 minutes. Thank you so much to Bob Swanson for calling in and giving us some information and some things to think about in regards to the future of the former library building on Redwood Road. My name is Roberto. This has been episode 210 of the Castro Valley News live show. We do this show every Tuesday night from 7 to 8:30 p.m. That's 90 minutes of wonderfulness. Happy birthday to Handsome Don. And as always, if you're after getting all the honey, then you don't go killing all the bees. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the beautiful, beautiful weather. And let me do this. Since Marlon requested the jazz voice for tonight, I'm going to end the show saying this again has been the Castro Valley News live show, episode 210. We have done this show 210 times. It blows my mind, and I am awash in the glow of your support. And I appreciate every last one of you. Have a wonderful Tuesday night. Enjoy the sunshine. Thank you, guys.